Their limiting beliefs are the keys to you making more sales. Hey everybody, Jim Edwards here. Welcome to another edition of Letting the Chickens Out with Jim. And today we're talking about limiting beliefs and how they affect your ability to sell. Now, what is a limiting belief? Well, a limiting belief is basically something that somebody believes that is going to limit their perceived ability within themselves to actually buy what you're selling. So if they have a limiting belief, that means they're not going to buy until you overcome that limiting belief. By the way, a limiting belief is just another word for an objection. So for all of us old school salespeople, it's an objection. Now there are two categories of objections, two categories of limiting beliefs. Good morning. And they're basically internal limiting beliefs, ideas they have about themselves. That's what an internal limiting belief is. It's an idea about yourself. And then there are external limiting beliefs, which are beliefs about the outside world, other people, things. So it's either inside or outside. So what are some typical internal limiting beliefs? Well, I don't have enough money, or I won't have enough money left over, or I don't have enough time, or I'll have to work too hard, or I'm going to get hurt, or I'm going to be uncomfortable, or I'm going to feel dirty, or I'm going to feel stupid, or I'm going to feel alone, or I'm going to feel like I'm less. Now, this is interesting because all of these and there are other ones, I don't have the skills. In fact, you can just kind of do a basic fill in the blank. Good morning, chickens. They're like, I don't care what you're saying, dude, just feed us. These can all be traced back to the 10 reasons why people buy. And the 10 reasons why people buy, and I go over this in my book, which is basically to make money, save time, avoid effort, escape pain, get more comfort, get more cleanliness, gain praise, feel more love, or increase their status. So really, I gotta open the door. This is like $1 million lesson today, by the way, folks. All of those internal or external limiting beliefs can be traced back to the opposite of those desires, which is very interesting. I actually came up with a really cool, hey Ariel, came up with a really cool spreadsheet to actually put all this out and to map this. But basically it comes down to, I don't have something. It's a lack of something. I can't do something, or I won't do something. So I don't have blank. I can't blank. I won't blank. That's where internal limiting beliefs come from. And I don't have a psychology degree. I'm just somebody who learned how to sell stuff because I needed to eat. So those are internal beliefs. I got to open this up so I can get their snacks out. So then we talk about external limiting beliefs. External limiting beliefs are things that people believe about things that are outside of them. And what they believe is usually something regarding your product, your service, or the world out there. Something outside of them that's going to limit them in some way. And so what are some typical external limiting beliefs? Well, and usually it's referring to something outside of themselves. So think of it in terms of that out there, that thing, that purple people eater monster. So that costs too much money. That's going to leave me with nothing. That's going to take too much time. That's going to take too much effort. That will hurt me. That will make me uncomfortable. That will make me dirty. That will make me feel stupid. That'll make other people stop loving me, or that will cause other people to see me as less. So if you're looking for kind of a script for an external limiting belief, it's other people will blank, whatever the negative is, or that will lead to blank, whatever the negative is. So first step in understanding external, internal limiting beliefs is to identify the ones that are connected with your product. The thing is, a lot of these are super universal. Whoa, easy now. Look at it. Y'all calm down. You got to identify them. And once you've identified them, then you need to overcome them. And so overcoming those limiting beliefs is something that will be the topic of a future video. By the way, if you like this is like just the tip of the iceberg of the kind of stuff that I do in my private member site, the Jim Edwards Method Premium. And you may or may not know, but we have opened the doors for the Jim Edwards Method Premium. They're only going to be open for a few days. One time we had it closed for 14 months. Last time it was closed, I think, for 4 months. We only open it a few times a year. And when we do, it's only open for about a week. If you would love to have me train you every month, if you want access to all my software, if you want access to over a decade of my past training, if you would like to have a new training from me every single month, it's a pretty amazing opportunity, and the time is right. Oh, and by the way, the price is stupid cheap. Like, I feel almost dirty offering it at that. But anyway, I just want to let you know that the doors are open. If you like this, it would be wonderful for you to join us. We're doing some amazing and great things. Lots of cool stuff planned for this year. I'm going to give more details. But anyway, I just wanted to give you the heads up. And so I'm Jim Edwards. Go identify those limiting external and internal beliefs that your customers have. Do it now. It's some of the most valuable stuff that you can do to help sell more. And in a future video, maybe even later today, I'll talk about how you can use those limiting beliefs and overcome them and be able to sell more. So I'm Jim Edwards. Everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.